All right, hi guys. I've got a few comments since the last update, and it's been a while since I've updated this tank. And I've got some questions about, how did I maintain the carpet and things like that. And, this past year, since I started this dirted tank, I really have done very little. You asked me how I maintain it. The best answer I can give you is I haven't. The dirt has taken, the dirt has really done all the work for me. Now, I will add something. It's been a couple of weeks, and since probably almost a month since I posted, and you can see the plants are still doing fairly well. I have started not injecting, but putting XL in there again, and I've started putting some Seacom's Flourish in there. And let me tell you why. I've noticed from these swords, look at that sword right there. If you look at earlier videos that I made, that sword was growing out of my tank early on. This sword back here in the back was growing out of my tank. All these swords were growing out of my tank. And what I have noticed with this dirted tank is that over time, the dirt has been deplenished. The nutrients out of the dirt are not as rich, evidently, as they were before. The swords are not getting the food that they once were, so they're not growing like they once were. And they're not growing, the leaves aren't as big. I can tell a big difference. Swords love dirt. I will go ahead and tell you that. I've never, if I throw these swords in another dirted tank right now that's, just been set up, they will take off. But what happens is after about 9 to 10 months, the dirt starts to become depleted, and you need to use, in my opinion, you need to use root tabs. I haven't started yet. I'm fixing to. Even down here, and I wanted to show you, I'm going to kind of get closer. Look at that right there. And I want you to look, and I cut this back this morning a little bit, so I thinned it out. And I know you guys, this doesn't do it justice as far as showing you how it's starting to thin up a little bit. It's not as thick as it was a couple of weeks ago. And I can tell you that it is getting, the carpet's getting a little stringier looking. It still looks nice. It still looks nice. It still looks good. But the aquarium isn't growing like it was 6 months ago. The growth isn't like amazingly fast. And the plants are not as lush. The leaves are not as big. It's just not, you just don't have the nutrients. Now, that being said, there's no algae either. I have to feed my algae eaters in here tablets because I just don't have any. I could probably leave this tank for a month now without even cleaning the glass. I cleaned the glass this morning. You can't really even tell I even cleaned it. And I purposely left a spot that I didn't clean, and it's right here. And I don't know if you can see it on the glass, but there's a few little, can't even see it on the glass from this video. So, what do? I haven't been doing anything. I've been letting the dirt do all the work for me, and it's a really good deal. It's a lot cheaper than going out and buying substrate that's, in a 75 gallon, you're going to spend a lot of money on some substrate. I spent $8. So, and it covered the whole bottom, and I got a bag to put in my front yard. It's much cheaper. I think plants do initially better. I can't say after a year. Usually, what I do with a planted tank, guys, is I've really never kept one over 2 years. I have kept one over a year. And by I would say the 1.5 year mark, I usually tear it down and redo it. And it's just, I just enjoy having I enjoy having that lush growth from just dirt. I'm using, if you know from earlier videos, I am using, just a product I got from Lowe's. And the product that I got is potting soil, organic, with no fertilizer in it. And that's all I'm using. It's not that difficult. This edge reopens at the bottom. I just, once it grows, I, cut it in half and put it in the ground somewhere else, and that's it. I'll make another video in maybe next week, but I'll talk to you guys later. I've got to go. Bye. Thanks.